Steve, is the plan for now for Steph to play tomorrow and Saturday on both ends of the back-to-back?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Steve, much like you guys, the Wizards have kind of struggled this season, but what are your thoughts about their backcourt? Two decent players.
Yeah, just an electric backcourt. And both guys are playing really well. And, you got your hands full trying to guard them both. So we'll be ready to go, but we know what they're coming with. And we've seen Russell a ton over the years, of course, given that he's played in the West. But, we got to be ready defensively for sure.
Coach, how different is the mood, the atmosphere in the team after the win against the Bucks?
The mood's good. We had a day off yesterday, and everybody came in today with good spirits, and we just had a good practice, so we're ready to go.
Do you feel like your defense still has a ways to go to get back where it was a few weeks ago?
Yeah, although I think we've shown signs, Monty, the last two games. The Atlanta game, the fouling and the turnovers killed us. But the defense in general, besides the fouling, was actually very good. And then it was pretty solid against Milwaukee for the most part. The Bucks played really well, made a lot of shots. But I felt like our focus was much better. Focus and energy the last two games. But there's no doubt over the last 10 or so, we've been really bad. And for us to make this run that I think is coming, it has to start at the defensive end. So we've got to get back to playing the way we did the first, 35 games or so.
Draymond, do you believe the win over the Bucks will going to be a turning point for your season? And how needed was that win for you?
It was much needed. I'm not sure how many we had lost in a row. I think we had lost 8 out of 9 or something like 8 out of 10. I don't know. But it was definitely a big win, much needed win. You need something to feel good about. And so obviously a win we can feel good about. And now we have to build up on that. You can't say it's a turning point in the season until you've actually turned it. And then you can look back and say, okay, that was kind of the turning point for us. We can't come up here today and say, man, last game was a turning point for us, and then we get cracked by 30 tomorrow. Right? Then at that rate, it wasn't a turning point. So, now it's important that we build up on that last win. It was a good win for us.
How much do you think the high screens, pick and roll, should be a part of the offense?
I think if you got guys that can make plays, you do that. So whatever the strengths are of your guys on your team, you have to play to those strengths. And I think we definitely got some guys who's good in pick and roll.
All right.
Go ahead, Karen.
I guess, speaking of shooters, tomorrow's game features Bradley Beal, the top scorer in the league, Steph Curry, the number 2 scorer in the league. What kind of game is this going to be tomorrow?
Hopefully a drag-it-out defensive disgusting game to watch, hopefully. Because, when you're in a shootout, you just never know what way it's going to go. So hopefully we can control the tempo a little bit better than it just being a shootout.
Draymond, numbers on defense now, like the top 5 defensive teams now, those numbers would have been middle of the pack 3 years ago. Why are defensive numbers worse now than they used to be? What's good now used to be just okay. What's going on?
I think, number one, you can't guard anybody. Everything's a foul now. And so with that, you kind of have to adjust to that. And, that's how they want the game played, I suppose. So that makes a big difference. I think players have gotten better. Players have gotten more skilled. Guys shoot the ball better today than ever. And so I think all of that makes a difference as well. The game is way faster. There's way more possessions than there used to be, and so I think that matters. There used to be times where you would see teams and they were built to be a defensive team. I don't know if there's any teams that's like built to be just a good defensive team nowadays. Like, yes, in order to be a great team, you have to be good defensively. But you don't find teams that are literally like, we need to get this point guard because he does this for us defensively, and we need to get this shooting guard because they do this defensively. Like, no, we need this point guard because he can shoot the three. We need this shooting guard because he can shoot the three. We also need the small forward to be able to shoot the three. By the way, we also need our power forward to be able to shoot the three, and I'd be damned if our center can't shoot the three. And so, that's kind of, where the league is today. And I think all of that makes a difference in the defensive numbers.
So do you feel like you're playing in the wrong era at times?
Maybe. Maybe. But I enjoy this era. It's cool.
Draymond, what it means for you to be a member of Golden State Warriors?
It means a lot. I've been here my entire career, 9 years now. I think that's definitely one of the longer tenured players in the league. It's kind of rare these days that you're with a team for 9 seasons. Getting drafted here from Michigan State, and at the time coming into a 23-win team, and then us kind of just building it up from there. It's been a very, very special journey. So I enjoy it here. It's my home.